Righty-ho, let's do this. Hello, folksicles. 7:30 on a Thursday. That can mean only one thing. Mel is actually in his studio and cracking on. Yes, I'm in here. Yeah, hello, folksicles. I see people watching. Yeah, say hello in the comments if you're here. Now, I'm just cracking on. I'll put a desk cam down at the minute, but I'm working on my Burma roads. Yeah, so I'm just beveling edges with my hot wire cutter and just plodding along. You know where I am? You know where I'm like. So we'll warm that up. Clear my desk off a bit. Floor's getting a bit full of bits. There's more polystyrene on the floor than there is on my terrain. Hey Miko, hey Max, hey Gary, Glenn, Bill. Now, it's going to be rather an informal show. I'm just going to be pottering along. Probably going to be going for about an hour and a half. Yeah, ideally what I want to do is I want to get these cut. I want them getting quickly sanded. Yeah, so not much noise. And if I get a chance tonight, I'd like to, I'd like to get filler on their edges, but that might not happen. We will have to see. Hey, Kat, hey, Jason on Facebook. Tam eating my dinner at the minute. You having something nice, Tam? Still recovering pull up a floor in a house. Oh, that's hard work. Thoughts on the Burma special from Top Gear season 20? What? I haven't seen it. Actually, I think I did see it. No real thoughts on it. I mean, some of the Top Gears are good, but I'm not really a car person, so I don't really watch them. I think since they left the BBC, the first seasons are alright. The later ones are just naff. Saw your Adepticon videos today. You must be full of ideas of inspiration. Oh, I always am. I'm looking forward to Adepticon next year. I got what you call it. I think with not understanding what the con was like, I spent a lot of time wasting time, and I spent a lot of time running around. Yeah, and next year I'll do it a lot better. And pop that off. Boop. Welcome, Ryan. Mel subscribed a while back, but I've been binge watching your videos for going 3 days now. Whoa! You must be suffering. Cut that bit off. Look at my road. All nice and flat and beveled. Now let's change it. Take a chunk out of there. Pull that back up. Nice and easy. There we go. And then, oh, that was a bit naff. Clean that up with sanding, I think. Do a couple of little ones. And then another little one there. Slightly bigger. About 2 inches, I reckon. Yeah. There we go. There we are. That's that adapted. And if I just show you. There you go. That's what it looks like now. Not so flat. Yeah. Idea being, I'm wanting bumpy roads. It's going to be a bit more challenging when we get onto here. That's going to have to be done with, what do you call it? With those bits, they're going to have to be done with sandpaper, I reckon. Yeesh. We'll figure it. We'll figure it. Don't worry. Hello all. Just been painting some CD scatter terrain. Very nice one, bud. Roads or trails in your BB? Yeah, that's the plan. Love the Adepticons. It would be nice to build some simple skyscrapers when I build 8x4. Yeah. Skyscrapers were good for the for the Titan battles. Just let me get this one. I'll go down to a desk shot in a second. Right, let's do that now so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. There we are. That's a bit better. Fixing to build a huge Japanese theatre table from bolt action. Up to about 7k in forces. Yeah, my table for Pacific bolt action is going to be pretty big. Final plan is at the minute is 6 foot by 24 for the full table. Mel, are you going to do wheeled tracks on your road? Probably not. I might do some cart tracks, but there wouldn't have been much mechanical vehicles going up and down these roads, so there would have been mule trails and carts. But yeah, I am going to embed that sort of stuff. Has this one been done? That one's been done. I just haven't done the top of it. That was a bit of a botch job. That's what happens when you reposition whilst you're cutting. How much of a botch job was it? Oh, that's a little step. Let's clean that off. There we go. There we are. All nice and good. Oh. Right. The more challenging pieces now. How am I going to do these? Get another block. Right. Next year's Adepticon should be a lot calmer because you'll have Kez with you. Kez might be with you. It might be with me. It just depends on what we're doing. To be perfectly honest, Kat. There is no guarantees that Kez will be at the actual con. Yeah. She might just come in and do a holiday with me beforehand. And then, sort of shoot and scoop. We will have to see. But I don't know for that for sure. Adepticon is never calm. Never. Bit why I like it, to be truthful. Get that bit there. Yeah. That's alright. Go around and do this side. Let me get this. Don't you love that twanging sound? Yeah, clean that off. Right, got to get some dips into that. I think the best thing would be there. I think the middle bit is just going to be too, too thick width-wise for me to do much beveling there, so I'll have to go in with sandpaper on that bit. All coming together. It's all coming together. Let's see if we can do something here. Whoa, that's interesting. That's a bit of a dip on that one side, so that hasn't worked. Can we go that way? It's always difficult doing thin strips with a hot wire cut, especially a wavy wire one. That's alright. We can do something with that. And if I just clean this off here, well, I say clean it off, put a dip in, Yeah, and then see if we can clean that bit off there. How are we going to do that? Yeah, that's it. That's it, that's coming off lovely. And you guys try and peel off the ultra thin flake you've just cut. There you go. There you are, I can do something with that. There you are. Yeah, so get some sandpaper on that. Now it's sort of more undulated. Thank you so much for your walk around the convention videos. I get so many great ideas and terrain from inspiration to do more. That's what you call it. That's one of the joys, to be truthful, of the shows, and one of the reasons why I do all the tables, because they are such good inspiration for people. Right, let's cut this one. I'm going to have to do nasty yucky sanding in a minute. I'll see how that sounds on the stream. At least it ain't power sanding, and I can do it in little bits. That's it. Come on, last bit. There we go. There we go. Whole room full of nerds who are up all night with a whole load of drinking and very little downtime. For hygiene, smelly, who'd figure that? I didn't think Adepticon was smelly, to be truthful. I mean, if you want smelly, yeah, Salute is worse than Adepticon for the odour. By far. By far. As the phone cutter gently weeps. Come in! Hello, Fred.
How are you doing?
Not bad, not bad. Fred, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Are you busy?
Yeah, just working on these roads, mate.
Oh, it's heated, is it?
Yeah, best thing to go through foam is hot wire cutters.
That's a clever idea.
Yeah, it just melts through the foam, makes it easier.
Never seen that before.
Ah, wasn't our tools, you know, as terrain creators, we do have interesting stuff. It just makes it, I've got routers and all sorts of things, yeah, hot wire wise.
At the risk of making a professional mistake,
go on.
It's actually a well-known fact that there's a lot of people doing things like you're doing, you know, but terrain builders and everything, actually have more technical knowledge than professional artists do.
Yeah.
About the materials they're using.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me.
Sorry, professional artists, but yeah, it's often.
Yeah, sorry, professional artists. Everyone's saying hello, Fred.
Hi there, everybody. You all right?
Would you like a lift home tonight?
Yes, if you go my way, yes, please.
On the basis that what Kez has said, give Fred a lift home, pat ass. Yeah, so the wives have already organised that one.
All right.
We've got about an hour and 15, mate. So we've got plenty of time and that sort of stuff. I just want to do a bit of sanding on these and get them where I need them to be.
Yeah. You're going to build them up with polyfiller?
Yeah, eventually. But I've got to just get the shape right first.
Yeah. You couldn't really use polyfiller from the start, could you, really? Because it'd make it too fragile and heavy as well.
Oh, heavy is a bonus, mate, to be truthful.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it stops them sliding around on the table, and the polyfiller actually firms them up and stops them warping.
Oh, right.
So actually it's a good thing, but it's easier to shape the foam than it is the polyfiller.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot easier. What you call it? Do you want a seat, mate?
Yeah, no, I'm fine, thank you. I've been sitting down.
Right, so there we go, guys. That's that one done. Hey, Keith. Thanks, Max. Oh, right. So that's all that done. Now for sanding. I hate sanding. Oh, let me just slide behind you.
My pet hate is varnishing.
I can understand after that.
Yeah, just to let everybody know, I've just spent the last 3 days putting shellac varnish on the watercolour board.
Oh.
And the only thing you can use as to clean the brushes is methylated spirit, which smells like nothing on earth.
Yeah, there's a certain smell in the studio.
Yeah.
It was steak and chips. Oh, Tam. That sounds good. Right. Next thing is a bit of an experiment. Let's see how these actually sand off. I've got to try and get lines. Oh, bugger. Right, that's going to be an issue.
What grade sandpaper are you using there?
Oh, this is 80.
Right.
You need a decent grade to get through it, to be truthful.
Yeah.
I am losing bits, but I'll blend them with the filler.
Yeah?
Yeah, actually. It happens, and I don't mind it happening.
Well, that actually has the natural effect when you think about it, really, because...
It'll just help it bevel it a bit.
Yeah.
I just need to get the majority of the ridges out of it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And try and get the look of a path going through it. Fill that with filler.
I suppose a lot of those paths would have been pretty well used, actually, so you wouldn't have anything growing on them, would you? Like
No, they'd be hard, dense, baked earth.
Yeah.
So after a little bit of sanding, you can see how where the sanding has ripped away at the very thin edges. That always happens, but I know I'm blending it with filler and going over it with herbs and stuff like that. But from undulating, it's gone rather well. Kat's asking, how are your hands?
A lot better, thank you. They're improving. You're getting better. The right one is still in recovery, of course. The left one's pretty good.
Well, you're left-handed, aren't you?
No, I'm right-handed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so they did the left one first.
Ah, right.
To make sure it worked. But yeah, it's worked very well. Thank you for asking. So, taking a while.
They do, though, don't they?
Have to be patient, with anything like that. If you try and rush recovery, then you're just going to
bounce yourself back, mate.
Yeah, make it worse.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've been a lazy artist for the last few months.
A lazy artist.
Well, lazy for me, anyway.
Do you notice the little comment there? But no, what you call it? Play a lazy artist in here, mate.
Well, whenever I think about that, I always think that there's an old saying: always think before you act.
Yeah.
Or meditate before you act. And in the crafts, that's the equivalent of that is measure twice, cut once.
Oh god, yeah.
So sometimes you have to stop and think about what you're doing and not be productive for a little while and just actually.
I'm very good at that. But not being productive. I seem to spend all my time thinking nowadays, especially with this bloody book.
Oh yeah, you've got a lot of planning to do to arrange that, make it. Yeah,
like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Actually, you've done a book, haven't you?
Yeah, well, not me personally. Pat was more closely involved in it than I was, really. All I did was just choose the images and.
You got the easy bit, did you?
I got the easy bit. Yeah. Make sure I proofed the images, make sure the colours were correct on them. Yeah.
Right, I'm happy with that. You go do the work. That's the sort of job I need. Measure twice, cut once. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 dozen chocolate chip cookies. That'll do me. That'll do me nicely.
Mm.
Yeah. So.
I'm trying to give them up.
Chocolate cookies?
Yeah, biscuits in general, yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Fred.
I could live on the things, I love them. Biscuits and cakes, and terrible. The typical Stokey.
Yeah, sweet tooth.
Yeah, well, I like the cakes you sell in the cake shops around here. Really wonderful, yeah.
You're going to be a bit more of a bitch, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Too many ridges. Too many angular ridges.
Yeah, right.
This is going to knacker my hands by the time it's finished.
There's a lot of pressure.
Well, of course, that sandpaper, it's 80 grit, so it's decent. It's a decent sandpaper. But the 120 grit won't touch this stuff.
No.
It'll just polish it. You know what I mean?
I'm with you, yeah.
Yeah, if you need to actually change the shape of it, you've got to use at least 80 grit.
I've actually got some wire wool downstairs. Yeah.
I know, it gets all bitty and all over this stuff. I've tried it in the past.
Oh, yeah.
It's about picking the right direction.
Yeah.
You can do it, but you just got to go over it in the right way.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to have filler over it anyway. All I'm trying to do is undulate it a bit.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit more interesting, but
you ever tried using one of those, I don't know what you call it, in America they call it a shore form?
oh yeah,
So it's like
plane.
it's like a long, but it's got like a, it's not plain exactly, it's got kind of a rough edge underneath, so
Right.
you can take down surfaces with it.
You're talking about rasp. They're
yeah,
alright.
yeah, shore form they call it on the stage, yeah, that's like it, yeah.
Yeah, they're okay, but they don't work on foam.
Be no good on the phone there.
Now, there's probably a lot quicker and easier ways of making roads than this. Well, this is my way, because this is my board.
My way or the highway.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, this is what I want from my board, and it's a pain in the ass to do, but, you know, it will give me the effect I'm after.
That's what you want, yeah.
You know?
So you always leave the baseboard clear of the foam on the top then?
Yeah, it's a protective rim.
Yeah.
So it helps with the bevel, and it helps with what you call it. If we put those together, they've got to be cleaned off, but...
Well, it's matching up nice. A bit stuck on there.
Yeah, it's matching up lovely. It's going nice.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Nice and regular.
How about a
shape.
steel brush? I could use a steel brush, but the problem with the steel brush is, if I get one, yeah, it can tear the foam up a bit. Should we give it a go? Let's give a steel brush a go then.
To watch your fingers with those things.
Oh God, yeah. Actually,
Yeah. Perhaps you use a bit less pressure doing that with that. Well, that's bringing a nice texture.
it's only going to get filled afterwards.
That's true. I should think that'll make a good grip though for the.
Oh yeah, it'll key it.
Yeah.
Now, I think watch the wire brush, it's just taking too long, to be truthful. It can smooth it out, but it's not dealing with the ridges like sandpaper does.
No.
I think the thing with watch what sandpaper is, you can apply the pressure specifically where you want it.
Yeah, with your fingers. Yeah.
You know, and sort of focus it, which is what I'm doing now. And, you know, the result is a lot quicker than with a wire brush. So a wire brush will go through it, but a wire brush is more a texturing thing than a than an abrasive in the case of this foam. What about a small electric sander? Yeah, I've got a sander. I could use a sander, but the problem with sanders are, they're a bit too good. Yeah, you know, one little twitch of the hand and I'll go straight through it.
Right, yeah, it's too mechanical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tell you what, one thing you could also try is wrapping the sandpaper around the block.
Yeah, use a form.
So you put it around the block like that, it saves the pressure on your fingers.
Yeah, I've got sanding blocks and I've got sanding forms.
Yeah.
But if you put it around a block, you can't get the curves.
Right, yeah, you won't have the same tactile
sensitivity. It's one of those things where you've just got to accept that. You're just going to have to get down there with your fingers and do the graph.
Get sore fingers, yeah.
Yeah. Looks like he's got about 10 foot there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, about 10 foot's worth.
Yeah.
I think it's closer to closer to 12 or 13 when I worked it out. But yeah, round about that. God, when you do this, you get some heat off it.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, the friction. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually burns your fingers.
Yeah.
Do you know the studio doesn't sound that bad? If you clap, do you hear any echo? I do.
Definitely.
You do watch it. I do on the footage. I need to get some. I've ordered a better mic. Yeah, so hopefully the studio sound will be a bit better soon. But there's other things as well.
Yeah, you can get them with like a muffler thing on them, can't you?
Yeah.
It softens the sound and makes
Well,
it less.
no, the muffler is what they call a dead cat.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's what they're
Oh,
called.
yeah.
They're called a dead cat.
I was wondering what they call those things.
Yeah, and that means at some point some poor cat has got stuffed on the end of a microphone. Yeah, but they're for wind. They don't do anything inside with echo or anything like that. No, it's just for cutting down the sound of wind. Put me together.
That's a good one.
It is. Important thing is it's not straight and flat.
Yeah, yeah. So doing it that way, when you put the polyfill on, it's just going to be a skim over that, really.
Yeah, it will. And then what I'll do is I'll use the filler as a way of as a way of what's the term I'm looking for now? As a way of sculpting detail into it, like cart ruts and footsteps and that sort of stuff.
Right,
Yeah, so it's a texturing surface as well.
Yeah, you have tree roots coming across it as well.
I've got to be careful with that because if you put tree roots, you need a tree nearby them.
Good point.
Yeah, and with it being scattered terrain, there's no guarantee there'll be a tree nearby them.
Okay.
And thank you, Keith. I'm glad you like the project, buddy. Remember, guys, if you are liking the show, links down below where you can make donations. I haven't got the Google Doc open today because I'm not taking questions. That's the Sunday nighter. Yeah, but if I see some in the comments, I'll answer them as I go. I have a friend who makes videos for companies. He calls the muffler the furry condom. Sounds about right. Sounds about right, bud. I went too far over on this one. I cut straight through the foam. So this is going to need some patching, and that is. But it happens.
But anything that's natural is going to be irregular, So the occasional, what you might think of as initially as a mistake, sometimes work in your advantage.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Regularity is the key to making making good terrain. Yeah, avoiding things that are regular in nature.
Yeah, you don't want to look artificial, do you?
Yeah, exactly. And that's often how you can tell when things aren't that realistic. I mean, our brains are instinctively wired to spot when things aren't regular in nature, when things are out in nature. It's a survival mechanism.
You see it immediately,
Yeah.
I spotted a square cloud the other week.
Did you?
Yeah, square cloud. You would have believed that. I said to my wife, if I put that in a painting, people would laugh at me.
Yeah, but there it is. There's a square cloud.
Square cloud, yeah.
And of course, clouds come at every shape, and at some point they've got to come squarish.
This one was, yeah.
I've earned this question. I will have bought 2 books from you coming this way. So the question is, can you handle the yeah? Yeah, of course I can handle the yeah. And the whatchamacallits and the crack-ons. We'll blend that in, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, Fred, it'll be fine, don't worry about it.
Good idea to leave a gap there so you got like a bit of a depth in it.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, it was accidental to be truthful. I didn't mean to cut that far through, but if it works, then I'm keeping it.
There's a lovely story about an ancient Greek painter who was trying to paint a picture of the sea.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get the foam. When the waves splashed, the foam, the sea foam. Yeah. He couldn't get it right. He spent hours and hours and hours. He just couldn't get it right. So in the end, in a bad temper, out of sheer frustration, he threw his paint rag at the picture and got exactly the effect.
Yeah. That's about right. That is exactly right. Yeah. And then he probably spent weeks afterwards trying to replicate the effect.
Again, yeah.
If I can just get this down, I'll be a master. Oh, that's not too bad. I'll get rid of that line. That's a bit sharp. I mean, they're going to have filler on them. That's a bit poorish, but it'll bevel up and it'll come out all right. He keeps saying. I'm going to have to hoover these as well.
Yeah,
What's both of yours favourite war movie? I'm going to take a break for a second while I think.
I think mine's going to have to be Apocalypse Now.
Do you think?
I think it's a classic. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that movie. I've seen it 3 or 4 times.
I think it's got to be. It's a split. Yeah, between the Thin Red Line.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
which is a good one.
Yeah.
And then there's the Lost Battalion.
Oh yeah, that's
World
a
War
really
One.
interesting one. Yeah,
And that's a really good. I really like the Lost Battalion because it's like they take the piss out of the officer who's a solicitor, and he turns out being the best officer, on the front.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. There've been some very good ones. I mean, Platoon. Oliver Stone's Platoon's extremely
Yeah. Thing is, they're in canon now, aren't they? Almost.
good. How do you mean canon?
Canon means historical sort of setters. Yeah, that's a classic.
Oh right, yeah.
So like things like
well, Apocalypse Now's like that, really.
Yeah, that's canon as
like
well.
Star Trek and war movies.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or Star Wars of
well, I mean, it depends on which fandom you follow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big thing in our lot.
Oh, Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah, well, not just Star Wars, but that doesn't look like it got beveled at all. That could be interesting. I think I missed that bit. No, are you a Star Wars fan or a Star Trek fan?
Right, yeah, a Trekkie or a Star Wars, yeah. Yeah, I'd have to go down on the side of Star Wars myself.
Fred, is that because of the visuals in the film?
Which one?
Yours.
Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
I think it's a mixture of that and the storyline. I like the storyline of somebody going deep into the heart of darkness, basically.
Oh, it's Cambodia, wasn't it?
Was it Cambodia or?
No, he went past
Laos.
No, I thought he went past where North Vietnam ended.
It certainly goes out of Vietnam over the border into somewhere else. I'm not quite sure.
I'm sure that's Cambodia.
You could be right, actually. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Because they were illegally there. They weren't supposed to be there.
There was a lot of illegally things going on in that war, matey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Historically, it's a tie for the longest day in A Bridge Too Far.
Oh yeah, they're both very good movies as well.
Yeah, fantasy-wise, 300. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Canon means agreed on history or law.
Oh, okay.
Right, okay. Norman's saying War Horse. I still haven't seen that.
Oh, that's a good film as well. It's kind of obsessed with like horses, though, which I do. So I found that quite upsetting to watch, actually. Yeah, my grandfather was in the cavalry in World War One.
Right.
And when I tell most people my granddad was in the cavalry in World War One, they say there was no cavalry in World War One.
Oh yes, there was.
Oh yes, there was. Yeah, of course there was.
There was cavalry in World War Two.
Yeah,
it didn't fare too well.
No. Well, the Germans used it on the Russian front a lot because their vehicles wouldn't operate on the roads there. So yeah, they used cavalry a lot on the eastern front. Certainly. And the Russians, as we know, the Cossacks, they had very elite cavalry.
Yeah. Oh, that's all right. I can clean that up. But I'm trying to get a bit of a dip in there.
Right.
I'm going to have to go over these afterwards, I think, and just redefine where the actual road is. But that's another job. Yeah. Full Metal Jacket is a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie Don't Surf. Haven't seen that one.
Patton
Best Dub 2 movies. Don't know that. March or Die. Jarhead. That wasn't much for Jarhead.
I didn't
Inglorious Bastards. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah, with.
Try watching Railwaymen. Railwaymen.
No, I don't know that one.
No. Waterloo. The only Waterloo I want to watch is Sharps. Sean Bean.
I saw Waterloo when it came out at the cinema. Actually, I went to go and see it on the big screen. That was quite good. Oh yeah, Zulu. That's another good one as well. Somebody just put that up.
Come on, let's keep them going.
Zulu is a good one. Yeah.
Kadota. 39th Battalion? Yeah, that's a good film.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Yeah, I've got that. I'll lend it to you. It's a cracker.
Yeah. I'm not even in that.
It's a fringe film. It's a foreign film.
Ah.
It's Russian, isn't it, I think?
I saw a few Russian films in the States when we were living there, yeah.
When Trumpets Fade. I haven't heard that one.
No.
Man for All Seasons. War but History.
Not 4 Seasons, no, I'm not familiar with that. Although, isn't there a book called that?
It could be an adaptation, couldn't it?
Must be a book, adaptation into a film, yeah. And Stalingrad, from the German point of view, somebody just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a good film as well. Yeah, I've seen that.
That's better.
Well, I saw a film in the States which was a Russian film called Common Sea.
Right.
And that was extremely good. It was about World War II, Russian made. So there's been so many.
Enemy at the Gate,
Enemy
Beyond
at the Gates,
Hill
yeah.
60. Yeah, Hill
yeah.
60 is a good one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Enemy at the Gates is good, yeah, but the Sniper.
The Eagle's Nest.
Yeah.
Thin Red Line, that's mine. That's my favourite. Better.
Yeah, Enemy at the Gates, what's his name in it? I can't remember the actor's name now. He plays a German sniper and he uses a weapon that the Germans actually used on the Russian front. So it's developed, the Russians found and developed into the Kalashnikov.
Right.
The Kalashnikov actually was a post-World War II development of a German gun that the Germans were using against the Russians on the Russian front.
If it works, use it.
Yeah.
Monuments Men, I think I've heard that.
Yes, that's a good
Das
film.
Boot.
Yeah, George Clooney. Yeah.
Das Boot is what you call it. Although I haven't seen what you call it. I haven't seen the new one.
No, I've not seen the new one. I've only seen the original. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll patch that. More patching. Well, don't you break there.
Yeah, a lot of movie suggestions coming through here.
Oh yeah, well,
Chop Hills is another one. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
I haven't seen a Ninth Company is
That's
brilliant.
Korea, that is.
Hamburger Hill, yeah. Bridge over the River Kwai, another one. Guns of Navarone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Das Boot is a good one. Yeah,
I like Das Boot.
Not for the claustrophobic.
No. He actually, when he was filming it, he actually kept them indoors, didn't he, for the entire thing, and ran them up and down the submarine until.
I read something about that. Yeah, yeah. He really put them through the mill. Yeah.
Yeah, and so when they actually at the end of the filming, they literally did look like submariners that had been out for like 6 months.
Yeah, yeah. It's psychologically very difficult to handle. Some people couldn't handle it.
No. I mean, they've got the animal house for the submariners in the Falklands, where they send them before they come home.
Really?
Yeah, and it's just a concrete block house that they put them in for like a couple of weeks.
Well, just
decompress. They just throw beer and pizza in there, and it's concrete. The beds are concrete. Everything's concrete because it gets trashed, and they go absolutely nuts.
Wow.
But you've been stuck in a submarine for 6 months
under
the water.
Yeah, I can imagine. It must drive you half mad. Yeah.
Check out the film, The Battle of Sevastopol. I think I've heard that.
That's Crimea War, yeah.
Mel Fred, Cadoda was an Australian film. Yeah, that's it. Tora Tora, good.
Yeah, that was a good one, yeah.
The Enemy Below. That's not a bad one.
Robert Mitchum, yeah. Yeah, classic. You know the classic those, yeah.
It's movie night on the Terrain Tutor. Hacksaw Ridge. Oh, have you seen that?
Yes, I've seen that actually.
I'll tell you what.
That's a bloody one, that one, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, Jesus, what? Give the guy a break. Just one more. And then when they show him at the end, the actual dude, and you realise, yeah, I've got nothing on you, mate. You realise, yeah, you're a proper hero.
It's amazing what some people actually end up doing in circumstances like that. It's really quite incredible.
It is. People with courage of conviction.
Yeah. It's quite incredible what human beings are capable of, actually, in terms of,
Never ceases to amaze me, mate.
Yeah.
Never ceases to amaze me. Battle of the Bulge, yeah. Whom We Serve. Bridge Too Far, got that one. Ice Cold in Alex. Now there's an old movie.
Yes, now that's a John
Yeah. That's really good. Considering it's all filmed around an ambulance and some sand.
I know, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They've got what, 4 or 5 characters? You've got the leader, you've got the sergeant, you've got the nurse, and then you've got the German.
Yeah, you've got the Germans in an armour.
No, but you've got the German spy, haven't you?
Half track after them, don't you?
Yeah, but there's the German who sort of teams up, pretends he's Australian.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes, the saboteur, yeah.
So there's 4 of them in the ambulance.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and so for what you call it, so for 4 of them, and an ambulance in the desert. That was the production.
Yeah.
That was the extras, the set. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for them to do such a good film,
yeah.
I do like what you call it, Ice Cold and Alex.
Yes, that is a good film. Yeah, classic. Yeah. Yeah. Saving Private Ryan.
Another good one.
Yeah, that's extremely good. Yeah, yeah. They say that the D-Day sequence, the first 20 minutes of that, is the best battle sequence ever made. I mean, what do you think, Mal?
Definitely. I mean, they used amputees, didn't they? So they could actually blow off the legs.
I didn't know that.
No, they used specific amputee stunt people.
Really?
So they could put false legs on them, so they could literally have them running and then hit a springboard and make it look like their legs were being blown off. Yes. And that's why it looks so realistic.
Wow, I didn't know
because it's real people actually losing their legs. They just didn't have the legs to start with.
I remember there were some D-Day veterans that they actually had a showing of that film, and then they asked them afterwards what they thought of it, and they all said it was pretty good.
Before I head out for work, a reminder to all the US folks, Sunday is Mother's Day. Keep her happy. Thank you, Kat.
Yeah, it's different in this country. We have different days for Father's and Mother's Day, don't we?
Oh, not sure. But did you know that there's Father's Day, Mother's Day, there's Grandparents' Day, and there's Children's Day?
Oh, I didn't know there was a Children's Day.
Yeah, all the days were created to celebrate. Yeah, the only ones we celebrate are the ones Hallmark could sell cards for. Yeah, which are typically Mother's Day. Yeah, because we don't want to be in shit. Simple as. That's the only reason around it. Yeah, but no, there's a Father's Day, there's a Grandparents' Day, and there's a Children's Day.
Yeah, I used to get very confused when I lived in America because I have to remember the American one
and the British one.
The British one was on a different day than the American one.
Get rid of some of these lines. Smooth those out a bit. I think I'll tell you what, these roads, they've punished me.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, it's hard work, isn't it?
Yeah, even beveling up the plastic. The plastic was extra hard, so that decided it was going to be a git.
Yeah.
No, don't break.
So what do you use to glue it down?
PVA.
Oh, just PVA glue, yeah?
Yeah. Thing is, it doesn't have to be a brilliant bond, as long as it's good enough just to hold on, because I know I'm going to be putting filler over it.
Yeah.
So I know it's going to get toughened up.
Yeah, no.
Das Boot was actually shot close to where I live, the movie, not the Far Worse series. I didn't realise it was a series. I'm interested for Spielberg's new series on the Flying Fortress bombers. That's coming.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, so I must admit, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Oh, Memphis Belle. Now there's a classic.
Yeah, yeah.
I do like Memphis Belle.
Yeah. That's another classic film, yeah. I think Catch-22, that's a strange one. Have you ever seen that?
No, what's that?
Catch-22. I was set in Italy during World War II.
Right, okay.
The American Air Force.
Right.
And they've got battle fatigue, and they're trying to find ways out of being in action.
Right.
And the Catch-22, which the film is called after, is apparently it's correct. It was a rule during World War II in the American Air Force that to be proved mad, you had to what was it?
Go on.
It was a Catch-22. I can't remember exactly how it worked now, but you couldn't get out by saying that you were being driven crazy by the action. That was it, because if you said that, then you were sane enough to know it.
Right. Okay.
So they said, well, if you know that it's driving you crazy, then you're not crazy. So go away, basically. So yeah. So hardly anybody was relieved of duty through battle stress because of this Catch-22. And they made a film about it. Yeah.
How bizarre.
Yeah.
Come on, all right.
Well, General Patton actually hit one of his soldiers.
Did he?
He did, yeah, in a medic hospital tent, and the guy had shell shock.
Yeah.
And he was shaking, and Patton hit him. Colin McCowden hit him, and Patton got into a big trouble over that, as you can imagine.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Battle shock.
Yeah. He was really told off, all over the coals over that one.
Yeah, actually, right.
He had to publicly apologise.
Yeah.
You don't get 5-star generals publicly apologising for.
To be truthful, it's good that they acknowledge the fact that he was wrong.
Oh yeah,
even back then.
Yeah, even
Battle
then,
shock is a horrendous situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Tuskegee Airmen, red tails.
Oh, that's a good
That's
one.
a good one.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah.
I was sitting behind some older gentlemen at Saving Private Ryan. They had on expedition caps. I couldn't tell if the landing scene got to them. Enough said. True. I've got what you call it. I noticed that I spotted that I think Beasts of War are doing a playthrough, of a new set of rules for the Falklands.
Oh, all right.
And I know people who served in the Falklands, and that was like, oh. I mean, I'm nothing against Beasts of War, obviously, but at the same time, it's like, shit. I know people who would look at that and go, my mate's died there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a different scenario.
Yeah, it's different. You get a different feeling about it when you've been actually actively involved, or you know somebody who's actively involved.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. It ceases to become a history, it becomes personal.
Yeah, of course. It isn't history, it is personal, isn't it?
Well, actually, yeah, it is, you're right, yeah.
Oh, I'm getting through them. Actually, we're doing quite well.
Yeah.
What time are we on? Oh, we're about, about halfway through. So I should have these done. Yeah. I don't know if we'll get them filled up tonight.
I'll be interested to see how you do that.
Just slap filler on and smear it with your fingers.
You don't use your fingers, do you?
Yeah, I just slap it on. Yeah, you can put it on with applicators and stuff like that.
Yeah, spatula or something.
It's a bollock.
Yeah,
it's just too fiddly. Just get it on with your fingers, a bit of water, and smooth it out.
Yeah, it's always when you use tools like it gets stuck on the tools, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And
you have all those sort of problems. Right, fly boys. Held off long enough. Must leave. See you Sunday. Catch you later, cat. Glory. Oh, what do you call it? Fury, of course. That's a good one.
Oh, Fury, yeah. We forgot about that one with Brad Pitt, yeah. And Glory as well. That's a good film. That's set in American Civil War, I think.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's about a battalion of northern soldiers that attacks a Confederate fort.
Right.
A great loss to them because it's very well defended. Yeah.
Irish forts normally are.
Well, this one was particularly so. Yeah. They dug a ditch.
Yeah.
So to get to the fort wall, they had to get down this ditch and up the other side, and of course.
That's not going to turn out well, is it?
Shooting fish in a barrel, yeah. They were just in the ditch and they couldn't get out the other side.
I mean, they've been pulling that one off since like medieval times.
Ancient, Roman, yeah.
Even Iron Age.
Yeah.
Put them in a ditch and shoot at them.
Yeah.
Right. The reason I only play historical fantasy or sci-fi. What is Royal Marine Sergeant who taught me how to be a rifle marksman was a Falklands veteran. But no, I mean, there's definitely veterans still around. To see that game played as a game, it's like, whoa. I mean, I get iffy about playing Chindits because there's still Chindits about.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm essentially playing games with their mates.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't lose sight of that fact.
But, in a sense, they call it the Forgotten War.
Well, it bloody was.
Because, it was, yeah. So there's poor guys that were out there that suffered the tribulations of all of that. Yeah. Actually, I should imagine we'll be happy that people are paying attention to what was going on there.
Glory is especially about the 1st Coloured Regiment in the US military and what they had to put up with from their white soldiers.
That's right. The Northern Regiment, yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah, because the North was against slavery, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah. They started to enlist black soldiers, about halfway through the war. Yeah.
Is that all my straights done? Huzzah! I wasn't expecting that. Bit messy, but it's fine.
I was saying in Chicago, so when the fat lady sings. comes from the ball games because they have a lady sing at the end of the.
Is that where that come from?
Yeah.
I always thought it was something to do with the opera or something like that.
No, it's to do with the ball games because at the end of the ball games, the young lads will want to go, and the father always says, "No, stand there. You've got to wait till the fat lady sings before you can go in."
Right. Okay. Got you. Right. So that's where that's from.
Yeah.
That's broken up a bit, but we'll fill that.
Yeah, that makes it irregular, makes it more realistic.
Yeah. I'll blend that in with filler. It'll be fine. Oh, Brotherhood. An incredible movie about Korean War. Haven't seen that one.
No, I'm not familiar with that either.
So,
I'll have to look some of these up.
I'll be honest with you, the terrainiacs are really good for film suggestions.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah, well, incredible. There's several here I've not heard of before.
Yeah.
I thought I'd seen them all.
You always find out new things. And the other thing is, with having guys from different countries, you also get the foreign films as well.
Yeah, which is sometimes extremely good.
Yeah.
I've seen some extremely good Russian films, particularly, are really good. Yeah.
Ninth Company is brilliant.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's about a unit that get left behind in Afghanistan during their occupation.
Yeah.
And basically the Russians pull out and leave them on a hillside camp, and it's about the Taliban slowly coming in.
Oh, it's about the Russian war in Afghanistan, right?
It's about how these troops basically how they end up dying, but. Have you two heard of Sabaton? Band's song about wars, battles, are tear-inducing. Don't think I have.
Yeah.
The Pacific TV series was okay, but that was a follow-on from the guys who did Band of Brothers, wasn't it?
Right, yeah. Of course, calling things foreign films is kind of like the wrong way to put it, really, because it's not foreign if you're from where.
Yeah, of course.
They're foreign to us, perhaps, yeah.
Yeah, non-native, not. Should we say not English speaking? Is better.
Yeah, that would be a more.
Because we
quite
quite typically call our American films and UK films our films.
Right. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Western films, I suppose.
I mean, the only time you want to watch a French film is if you have to like softcore porn, isn't it? I mean, that's the only time.
I've just seen The Beast. That's another good one. That's set in Afghanistan as well.
Is it?
The Beast. Yeah. That's about a Russian tank crew.
All right. Okay.
In Afghanistan who get lost. And hopelessly lost in the middle of nowhere, that tank.
That won't work out well for him.
No, I don't think it did actually. I don't think I saw the end of that actually. It's one of those films I only saw that.
I don't think they did either.
No, well,
shouldn't laugh because what do we do?
I suppose it's dark humour.
It is though, isn't it? It's how humans deal with these things.
It is a kind of like a coping mechanism, really. Yeah.
I mean, the worst dark humour I've ever come across. Yeah, working in an A&E.
Oh yeah.
The dark humour you get in the staff room in there. Whoa.
Yeah, but it is a coping mechanism. It's
it is a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Bravo 20 isn't too bad. I wasn't much for it.
I've not seen that.
Oh, what's it? It's.
I've seen Downfall. That's an interesting film. Although your viewer says it's really grim, and I'd agree with that. It's pretty grim. Hitler in a bunker is about
as grim as it gets.
Yeah. Hitler slowly losing it in the last few days of the war. Yeah.
The realisation.
Of course, Sharp and Hornblower. This is brought up as well. Yeah.
Hornblower. That's the naval one, isn't it?
Horatio Hornblower, yeah, it's the Navy one, yeah. Set during the Napoleonic period, yeah. Yeah, I particularly like Sharp because I was always interested in the Spanish Peninsula War.
Right. I like Sharp.
Yeah, it's lovely, yeah. It's really well made. And pretty accurate, actually, historically. I mean, most of it is pretty close to the fact.
The fight scenes aren't that aren't.
No, possibly not. But I mean the historical kind of the sequence of events. I think is what I'm trying to say. Really.
I get what you mean, Fred.
Yeah.
Coming together.
Yeah, match up well.
Yeah, they will do.
That's the trick, of course, not to have any steps
from
one to another,
Yeah, so to keep the modularity.
Yeah.
0 Dark 30, 7 Samurai. Outlaw Josie Wales. Not Master and Commander's a good one. Czech unknown soldier from Finland about Finns against Russians in the Second World War.
Oh, that'll be an interesting one.
Because the Finns gave didn't the Finns give the Germans a bit of a kicking?
No, it was the Soviets. The Soviets invaded Finland in, I think, 1939.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
In the winter of 39, I think it was. With the absolute expectation they just roll in and unopposed. And the Finns armed all their farmers with a rifle and a bicycle and an helmet and said the front's that way.
Right.
And they kicked the Soviets out. They had to, in the end, come to an arrangement. They came to a peace settlement, I think. And I think the Soviets did win a little bit of territory, but they didn't get the whole of Finland. And then, of course, the Finns then sided with the Germans.
Right,
who were
okay.
anti-Soviet, so
Yeah.
a German ally, yeah.
Anti-Bolsheviks.
Yes, yeah.
Politics, eh?
Yeah.
Hurt Locker's good.
Yes, that's a good film. About the bomb disposal.
Spent some time with the bomb disposal lads. One of my mates was a store sergeant for him and went down, spent Christmas do with them.
Royal Engineers?
Yeah, no, actually, Royal Logistic Corps.
Oh, okay.
EOD. But interesting, completely exempt from all army fitness standards.
I suppose, yeah.
No point running to it. You don't run towards a £500 car bomb, and there's no point running away. Yeah, all their fitness and all their PT and their things is around how good they can do their job.
Steady hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't care how fat they are.
Yeah, good nerves. I must have good nerves to do a job like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
No, could I? No way.
Not a chance in hell.
They're very brave.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Because nowadays they're using robotics more and more for things like that.
Yeah, if the robots can get in.
Good thing, yeah.
You know, for a lot of the times the robots can't actually get to where they need to actually go to.
Like the IED is.
For example, if there's a set of stairs.
Yeah, good point, yeah.
You know?
Well, the latest thing is they're talking about is drones, using drones.
Yeah.
Things like that as well.
They'll use drones to do everything eventually.
Yeah.
It'll be cheaper. Right. I need to check my phone in a second. Let me finish one more piece. And then I've only got those two pieces to sand.
Right.
So we could actually get onto the filler side of this tonight.
Well, that's exciting. How long does the filler take to dry?
It'll be dry for tomorrow.
Is it overnight? Yeah?
Well, it depends. Spode.
Yeah, good point. Get cold at night.
Yeah, it does get cold at night.
Yeah.
I haven't reached the point where the filler won't dry eventually yet. But I have a feeling we'll have a winter where we get to that stage.
Yes, I'm sure it will happen one day. I was getting horror stories from everybody telling me about using shellac, that sometimes people use it and it doesn't dry. But apparently it doesn't store very well, so if it's like years and years and years old, it goes off in the bottle. Apparently it's one of those natural things that doesn't store very well. And when that happens, it doesn't dry, it just stays wet.
Oh, great. I imagine it's a git to get off as well.
Well, you'd have to just get methylated spirits and rub it all off with a rag, I suppose. Yeah, but it would be a messy job, yeah.
Right, have my comments stopped or have you lot stopped talking?
Is it frozen up?
I don't know. You can never tell whether they've just stopped chatting or whether it's frozen. Check that screen. It looks... Let me just refresh that. There you go. Right, we'll see what comes through. Right, so they're done. I've got to do those pieces and those pieces. So maybe not quite done yet.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. The irony is next week I'm doing another set.
Well, another set of rooms?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, for the same build? Or,
yeah. It's just what you call it. These are enough for a table, but I want some more specialist pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was enough for me to get an idea of what it would look like. And now I need to do some pieces to blend it in with the jungle. So do some pieces where the jungle pulls really tight to it.
I'm with you, yeah.
Otherwise,
otherwise
it ends up being an island in a sea of jungle. Because of the bordering.
Yes.
Yeah, the jungle's quite spaced back. So I need to design a few pieces that have jungle elements in them right next to the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it gives that impression of this road is in the jungle.
And it's growing in.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And in places it's overgrown and encroached. Yeah, everyone's still there. Mel, have you seen the Mighty Jingles? Yeah, I know the Mighty Jingles.
No, I'm familiar with that one.
No, what shall it? I used to play a game called World of Tanks. I don't play it anymore.
Yeah.
What shall it? Too much of a time sink. I was rated 3rd best player in the world on one of the tanks.
Wow.
Yeah, for something like 40,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just a time sink. I got nothing productive out of it. Yeah, and it was starting to get in the way of getting work done.
Yeah.
Yeah, spending a bit too. It was an easy go-to to get away for a break, and I was just so I uninstalled it. But he does videos on it, so I used to watch his videos.
Oh yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, Unknown Soldier. There's a film about a Finnish sniper called White Death, but tracking down an English subtitle is impossible. Still here. I'm painting buildings, which is dull. I'm sanding roads, dude. Wow, not bad, Mel. Thanks, buddy. Discovery World 2 gaming really late, but I like it a lot. The historical aspect just lets you come up with really cool scenarios and rules. Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
It's like chess times 1,000.
It is.
It really is. Yeah, chess is simple in comparison.
And not just that, it's also the idea that there's so much research material.
Yeah.
And battles in World War II were never fair or equal.
Well, absolutely. War
You know?
is, they say all's fair in love and war, don't they?
Not in that one.
Well, it's kind of ironic. Meaning
Yeah.
nothing's fair in love and war. Yeah.
But yeah, just fill it dry a little bit, but mostly you want it to hydrate. So the longer the water's there, the harder it gets. We tend to over wet it to smooth it out, so it takes extra drying. The longer the water is on filler, the harder it gets. That's not right. Yeah, the end form of filler is always the same. Although water just keeps it hydrated and stops it air drying, so water allows us to smooth it and work with it for longer.
It gives it a more open working time.
Yeah, exactly. It's essentially retarder.
Yeah. I guess you wouldn't want to speed up the drying of it though, because it would probably make it crack.
Filler tends to be crack resistant, so actually
yeah?
it's quite good. Unless you hot spot it with a heat gun.
I was going to say, some people might be tempted to use a hairdryer to speed up the grind of it.
It depends. You can get cracking in that situation, but it depends on how much volume of filler you've got underneath it.
Right.
We actually use that technique to create cracked earth.
Cracks. Yeah.
So when you want the muddy texture, but you need a decent volume of filler underneath it.
Right, yeah, so the top layer dries the wet.
Yeah, so the rest can sink and then let the cracks crack and expand between them.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing I always liked about Wargame was the fact that you have the options of either playing it as a game, with a roll of dice, and just seeing how it works out. You can actually set it up into a historical scenario. Actually, read about a battle.
Yeah.
And
then play it.
And then replicate that battle.
Happens all the time in my life.
Battle, yeah.
Happens all the time. I think they're playing. What is it? 75th anniversary of D-Day.
Yeah.
So that's going on at the minute.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just going up to that, aren't we, in a month?
Any tips for making a face of a single sheet of foam look like a stone cliff? Yeah, mate, there's a video in the Hills playlist exactly on that. So go take a look there. Have you played a game on your D-Day board, Mel? Yes, I did play a game on that one before it went out. So yeah, I played a game on that one. I think my D-Day board is at Warlord at the minute. And then since they've just brought out the new Market Garden campaign book, yeah, I have a feeling it might be in there. Yeah, so I'm quite curious to know if my terrain has made another book. So I'm waiting to find out. Outlaw King was a surprisingly good medieval movie, far better than Braveheart. I don't think I've seen that.
No, I'm not familiar with that either. Outlaw King.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, that's gone. That's alright. We'll just savage it. Sometimes you just got to go with it and patch it with filler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's that natural thing, isn't it? You know, to get a natural effect. Sometimes if you're too controlled, it'll be contrived.
Yeah.
You know.
Very much so.
So it's what's called happy accident.
Happy little accidents, as our Bob Ross would say. I'm glad I'm getting to the last pieces, to be perfectly honest, guys.
Fingers aching.
Yeah. It's hard work, but it's my set, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If this was a commission, they'd be a lot more standardised, it'd be a lot quicker, you know what I mean? Because it's my set, and I know that eventually I'm going to leave it to Corbin or Willow, you know what I mean? Because when the set's completely finished, it'll cover 6 foot by 24 foot.
Wow. Wow.
It's one of... What do they call it? Your opus?
Magnum opus.
My magnum opus.
Magnum opus, great work.
Yeah, my great work.
Yeah,
so this is my great work for this decade.
Wow, 6 by 24. Is that good? You want to showcase that somewhere?
Yeah.
That's worth showcasing, yeah.
Well, there's rumours of taking it over to America.
Oh, nice.
But I don't know how we'd ship that much, and, you know, a bit expensive shipping all that over there.
Oh, I'm sure there's a way.
But there's gaming cons and stuff that I want to take it to.
It'd be cheaper to get over there in a container, but that would take a few months.
Yeah.
So if you get it over there reasonably cheaply if you planned it well in advance.
Yeah, we'd probably do it like that, to be truthful. Pallet it up.
Yeah.
And put it in a container.
Shipping container takes about 6 weeks, 8 weeks.
Yeah, not just that. What I'd probably do is have a word with Warlord or someone like that, and just say, look, can I get a pallet in on your next restock to the US?
Oh, that would be perfect. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just
hobby horse it.
Yeah, and just can you charge me what you call it?
Yeah.
You know, and you know, we do have companies that work like that and work.
Oh, great! Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Really
So
yeah.
It is doable.
Yeah. That's helpful to them as well, because you can pay into the cost of their costs.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be truthful, these companies don't have a problem with that cost. Yeah, because it's just their standard thing. But, you know, I should be able to hitch on somebody's, ride. But it's definitely going to salute.
Well, you must showcase it when it's finished, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a... Don't like that line there. That's better. I've got to try and keep this edge as much as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise it won't line up with the other bits.
Well, match, yeah.
Yeah!
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty bloody good, to be truthful. I've been watching so many terrain shooters videos to help with my D-Day setup. I've started to say whatchamacallit a lot without noticing. Nice one, Lax! I love Flames of War tables like that. I didn't see that one. His chat's frozen a lot tonight. Yeah, I'm not messing around. I'll catch up. There was a little notice from the chat company sort of saying, we are working on the chat at the minute. Yeah, when I booted it up. So, yeah, I'm just not going to be overly concerned with that. It's about Bruce and fighting against England. So it's after Braveheart then, is it, with Robert the Bruce? Because he kicks in afterwards, doesn't he?
Robert the Bruce, yeah, I'm a bit vague on that actually.
Yeah, Braveheart first, and then, you know, Braveheart gives Robert the Bruce enough confidence to actually give it a go himself, and then he fails. That's
right, yes. I remember reading about this years ago, it's a bit vague. But, yeah, Robert the Bruce, yes, Scottish. They also had an uprising in Norwich.
Norwich?
Yeah, in Norwich, people's uprising or something in the, was it 12th century or 13th century or something like that.
Okay.
Which again, went the same way as
yeah.
The others.
They're not going to turn out well, are they?
Not really, no. Peasantry Revolt, that's what it was called, the Peasantry Revolt. Yeah.
Lax is saying Overlord is probably the most, probably one of the campaign books I'm most excited for. I'm interested to see Overlord, to be truthful.
That's the D-Day,
yeah. I mean, from my point of view, I know Warlord have my D-Day table. Yeah, which means they bought it from the store I made it for.
Oh, excellent, yeah.
And it's like, right, why? Why have you got my D-Day table? You know, they can make their own tables, and I can only think because with the book coming up, they've had it in for photographing, and they've done with the photos, and so it's gone out to the storefront to be played on again.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance my book, my terrain will be in the Overlord book. Yeah, I just don't know.
Excellent, that's good.
We've only got 2 more pieces to do after this.
It's a good build, that D-Day build. I've seen it online. It's really
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I'd like to revisit it at some point because I can do a hell of a lot better now. Oh, that was a nasty one.
So,
Go on.
that's the question. When you replayed D-Day, who won?
The Japanese. There you are, that's thrown it, hasn't it?
That's definitely thrown me off.
Yeah. You don't expect that for that answer.
Actually, there was a programme just a few days ago on the TV about the King of England, who was actually part of the whole thing to fool the Germans about D-Day.
But go on.
They sent the King of England, King George.
Right.
He was in cahoots with MI5, I think, or MI6, and they sent him to inspect troops in parts of the country that made the Germans think. So he was inspecting troops in the build-up to D-Day in places where they were stationed, like in Scotland and places like that.
We were given the impression that we were going to go from much northern, weren't we?
Yeah. In fact, they were trying to fool the Germans into thinking we were going to attack Norway or Scandinavia, you know, which would have been a softer target because guess what? No Atlantic Wall there.
Ooh. Yeah, but at the same time, you know, the chain of command with France paid off.
It did, yes. Of course,
you know, if we'd have gone up north where it was like chain of command they could have reacted a lot better. Yeah. We might not have got off those beaches.
No, it would have been an entirely different ball game, wouldn't it? Yeah, entirely different. But of course, they tried it once before at Narvik.
Right.
1942, Canadians. They tried a D-Day landing. It was more like a commando raid, really.
Yeah.
And it failed abysmally.
I'm not surprised.
They tried the Churchill tanks for the first time. They got stuck on the shingle beach.
Right.
All the shingle got stuck in the tracks.
Of course they couldn't.
Clumped them all up.
Yeah, of course. So
they just were. So I think they only managed to get one tank into the actual town, and the other dozen or so ended up just
sitting on the beach.
Couldn't get off the beach now.
I'll tell you what you call it. Where we go on holiday, we go to a holiday camp down south. Yeah, called Breen. Yeah, and there's an old World War II fort, old Navy testing place.
Yeah.
Where they tested like the Catherine wheels and all that sort of
stuff. Yeah.
And they've got the footage from it in the visitors centres. Yeah. And they've got the footage of all the mistakes.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah, and I mean, this place developed special torpedoes, and it's just I sat there for half an hour watching the Navy blow shit up it didn't mean to blow up.
Right, yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's supposed to go that way, but the other way instead.
Yeah, it was an old Napoleonic fort.
Yeah,
that they'd recommissioned, sort of like into a naval facility.
Ah, interesting. Breen, where is that? Is that Wales?
No, Breen is Somerset.
Oh, Somerset. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Alex. I do Germans for BA, but Brits for Flames of War. Funniest thing, the whole D-Day plans fell into the hands of the Germans, but they thought they were deceptions.
Yeah.
We were lucky. Fredicus, are you referring to Dieppe?
Yeah, I think maybe I was. Yeah. I get a bit confused about these things. So many years since I read them.
Mate, the thing is, there's so much history and so many battles and so many forces that it does blend at times.
Yeah, it was Dieppe. Yeah, I'm getting confused with Narvik. There was a battle in Narvik, but that wasn't the one I'm talking about.
Right. You see, that's one of the things with having like 100 people watching you.
Yeah.
Who know the subject.
Yeah.
You can always get, and it's not a bad thing to be corrected.
Oh, not still.
You know what I mean? But it's like you tell a story, and I know full well someone is going to correct some part of that story because you can't always be 100% right about your stories.
Yeah.
There's a movie coming out about the Cyclops they ran with the tanks and such. I'd like that.
Oh.
Jimmy saying Hitler's refusal to allow the panzers to counterattack the Normandy invasion helped the success. Oh yeah. Most definitely. Wish there was a movie about Crete and Operation Mercury. What's Operation Mercury? I haven't heard of that one.
No, I'm not familiar with that
one. Go on, what you got? Lax, tell us about Operation Mercury, mate. But no, there's so many different engagements. Fine, that's all right. Let's pick that off. Sometimes you break it on purpose. Made that a bit of a funky T-junction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean that funky. No, reverse. Change. It'll be fine. It's always fine. It'll be fine. The German Fleischermakers would already deliver enough history for Band of Brothers series. The British Navy seems very banterous in light of them blowing stuff up. Was it strategic or random? It was testing. It was a special weapons testing facility. So things were going to go wrong because they were developing them.
Yeah,
but just watching this, I mean, at one point they almost blew up the pier. You know what I mean? And it was like, yeah.
My dad's army.
Yeah. But Mrs. McGigan's tea room.
Operation Mercury was the German paratroop landing on Crete.
Oh, right, okay.
Right, I didn't know that. Because the Germans were the ones that pioneered paratroops.
Yeah, they were.
Landings, yeah.
It was all part of the Blitzkrieg, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. They were called the Green Devils.
Ah.
The German paratroopers, was their nickname for themselves. They defended Monte Cassino.
Yeah.
It was largely defended by German paratroopers, yeah. In Italy. Which is why they had such difficulty winkling away.
Oh, they'd have been stuck there good and proper, wouldn't they? You know what I mean? Dug in, and I'm going nowhere because their morale would be through the roof. They certainly wouldn't want to be the ones that lost it. You know what I mean?
Right,
the reputation.
Yeah. Well, the Allies bombing just created a big pile of rubble that made a perfect place for hiding places for them all to squirrel themselves away into. You know, they would have been better off just leaving it.
Leaving it normal houses that they can flush them out.
Yeah.
Operation large-scale airborne invasion was undertaken by the Germans in 1941. The centre of the island of Crete was invaded by nothing but airborne troops and taken within a few days under heavy casualties. In fact, so heavy that Hitler abandoned the idea of airborne invasions forever. Really? Tan's correcting you. The Russians were the first to pioneer paratroopers. Yeah. See, I told you. You can guarantee. Doesn't matter what you say. Someone will know the truth.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that. No.
It was Operation Market Garden that they found the plans for. They were on a dead officer from a glider unit.
Right, Market Garden, that was Arnhem, wasn't it?
Yeah. Bridge too far.
Bridge too far, right, yeah.
Don't like that.
Right, just reading the comments.
Yeah, no, you go for it, mate. I can't at the minute. I never understood the German reasoning on that one. They spread their troops out so much, which is the problem anyway with airborne drops. Yeah, you got to have a concentration, haven't you?
Yeah.
I mean, literally, lit a drop. I mean, the problem is how quickly you jump out of the plane.
I was going to say, sometimes it can be a bit haphazard, actually, well, especially in those days, getting all of them in one place.
Yeah.
They tend to get scattered about.
You get misdrops, don't you? And that happens all the time.
That happened in Arnhem, yeah.
You know, and when you then think that the planes are under enemy fire and could, you might have to jump out early because it's on fire, or
exactly, yeah.
It might have to take a diversionary course to avoid something.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's a different game.
Yeah.
A completely different game.
You only got to get an unexpected sort of like wind direction
change,
and your paratroopers are floating off.
I can remember being on Exodus one time and watching this para come down and watching this heavy wind take him towards pylons.
Oh wow! Yeah,
and loads of us just standing there going, "That's not good. No. That's really not good."
No,
and he missed them by a fraction.
Really? Wow.
Well, from where we were standing, it looked like he missed them. I mean, he could have missed them by miles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we were like, "Hey."
I must have taken a bit of skill because the paratrooper himself can guide the thing to a certain degree. Yeah.
It depends on the type of type of chute you've got.
Oh, really?
If you've got the circular ones, then no. You're just a dangling stone.
Is that,
Yeah.
is that
Yeah,
true?
yeah.
I thought they could kind of move around.
No, it's the rectangle rip shoots. They can actually be directed.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, so you can direct those, but the standard watchful round ones, you're just on your way down, mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I might get corrected in a minute. German paras always dropped almost unarmed, while the weapons for an entire squad were dropped in crates, especially coloured panther with especially coloured parachutes, so they were easy to find. I don't think I'd like to drop into an enemy zone without my weapon.
No, no.
I can understand the reasoning behind that.
Drop the weapons separately in their container.
But, you know,
Yeah.
we drop with our weapons.
Yes, yes.
You know, specifically so that, you know, you can shoot people on the way down if you need to, because they're likely going to be shooting you.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, if you get hung up in a tree, you don't want to be up there with just a pistol.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
I think this is my last piece. Huzzah!
You got there?
Yeah, coming together. I think it'll be a touch-up job tomorrow when I'm in the studio, just to have a look at them with fresh eyes.
Right.
You can always do this terrain, but when you're chatting to someone and when you're chatting to live streams, you're not 100% focused.
Of course, yeah.
So before I go on to the next stage, it just makes sense for me to, well, let's have a look at these with just undistracted, fresh eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, give them a bit of a touch-up. Yeah, and then get them ready for Get them ready for applying the filler.
Things always look different in the light of day, don't they? After
Oh, God, yeah.
Before. I always find that with what I'm doing, yeah.
God, yeah. Oh. I've actually done that quite well. We're coming up on 9 o'clock.
Oh,
No, you were correct to the different shoots. I worked with ex-para and he hated round shoots.
No,
Yeah, I thought I was.
Yeah.
We did ours in round shoots, but I can remember him saying that you know, because we thought we'd be able to guide ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't. And I'm sure I can remember the instructor saying it was the ripped square shoots that you could guide.
Yeah.
But we ain't got those. You're just a nugget in the wind, both. A little shit nugget in the wind. Yes, Sergeant.
A floater.
Yeah. Oh God, he didn't come up with that one. No, I never heard the end of that. A little nugget in the wind, as he called me.
So how many times did you do parachute drops?
Once.
Yeah.
Training.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it and watch it. You never bloody use it because the chance of actually getting an operational jump is so rare.
Yeah.
And they've got a unit called Parachute Field Ambulance. The idea being that it's a field ambulance unit that they drop out the back of an airplane because our ambulances are designed to be parachuted in. Yeah, and so there was an option to do it, you know, in case you want to get attachment to a PFA. And I did it because it's thought, oh yeah, bit of wings, bit of giggle,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, it was good life experience.
Yeah.
I envy you that. It must be quite an experience.
Oh, mate, we were pissed up as farts the night we jumped. Absolutely pissed as farts.
Yeah.
I needed kicking out of the bloody plane because I didn't want to go.
I'm sure I would have done the same, yeah. Put your life in the hands of a piece of nylon, basically, don't you? Yeah.
Ah, there. Misdrops were actually worked in their favour. The Germans were getting calls from all over, plus the landing beaches, which way to send troops would have been a real problem. Yeah. In fact, didn't they drop dummies and stuff like that as well to misdirect them?
Yeah, I think they did. I think you're right.
Dummies and parachutes and dummy drops.
Yeah, dummy drops. Yes, I've heard about that. Yeah.
Right, guys.
Information is the thing, really.
Mel, we've been going for 9 minutes. How much longer are you planning on going for? Funnily enough, about another minute. Because I'm wrapping it up now because I want to get home to my Kerry. I've got some book writing to do tonight. Very quickly to show you. That's what the pieces are coming out like now they've been beveled. Yeah. They're quite smooth. They're working all right. If I get it straight, it's probably a bit clearer on what I'm trying to achieve. Yeah, so if I hold that like that, you can see the undulations there.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, but if I hold it up, you can see it's a bit more bumpy. So the idea being that my tanks won't sit flat.
Yeah.
There'll be some that rock up, some that rock down.
Yeah.
Now I do have to blend all these edges with filler, and then I've got to do track marks and foot marks and all that sort of stuff in. But that is a job for tomorrow. I think the edges will be done tomorrow, and the track marks I'll do once they're dry and I can spend my time actually concentrating on it, because I have to do it little bit by little bit. You've only got so much working time, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. It sets up, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you should have a Burma video, yeah, for for Tuesday, showing you my progress. So that should be good. Right, guys, thanks for keeping us company. Thanks for the suggestions on the films and
very interesting.
and joining the chat. We've had a cracking one tonight.
Nice one.
Videos for you coming up. You have got a vlog on Sunday. The book vlog on Sunday is normal, and I will catch you on the Sunday nighter. But from me and from him, it's good night.
Bye for now.
Ta-ra.